Now we got a question from chat saying, Nathaniel asking, what are your favorite Glamour sets? Moody, go for it.
Oh, okay. There's this one chess piece from PvP. Listen, PvP is worth it for a lot of reasons. Give it a try. The Glamour is stunning, incredible. It is I think you can wear it on a paladin. It's this like Valkyrie warrior energy chess piece. It has like this huge like skirt cape situation. It's like 2000 wolf's marks. It's beautiful. That is my favorite chess piece in the game right now. I really like the 2B leggings, obviously, don't we all? Because I can just pair them with anything and you just feel like you're ready to take on the day. And then what else do I like? I have all of my Glamour plates full and I do a Glamour theme each week, like a new one. So I'll just like make a new Glamour and the fam does it too. And a lot of the stuff from the Gold Saucer right now, I'm really liking, actually. I didn't realize how much glam they had. And it's all in sale. So it's a good time to go get it.
What do you think, Chris? You got a favorite?
So I play MMOs for the multiplayer component. I play to be around other people. Even if I'm doing solo content like fishing, I adore when I see another fisher across the river. That's what first enthralled me about MMOs. The first time I logged into my first ever true MMO was World of Warcraft. And the first time I logged in, my very first character creator was a night elf. And I run over that hill and I go to kill that little cat for the first quest. And somebody else runs up and hits the cat with me. Like, literally changed my life. I do this full time for a living now. I had no idea where I was headed at that moment. It has literally changed my life. And that is what I cherish. Final Fantasy has decided, no. You're going to be watching movies and you're going to be reading books. This is a story-based game and not all these cutscenes are going to be skippable. So my malicious compliance in me I adore when they are having this meaningful moment and the music is changing and the emotions are high and it pans to your character and it is the blank face of like a chicken head or the stuffed pig suit. I love when it's to other characters and they're in like the AF gear. They're all kitted out. They look like a warrior of light or a warrior of darkness. They're here to charge on to save the realm, and in the background it's just some goofy mascot. And you can see the stitching running down it. It's delightful. It makes my day every time because their characters make serious eye contact with that chicken suit. The Chocobo suit is just as delightful because the Chocobo suit's a true mascot where your character's face, you can see inside the mouth. The mouth is open. And so you can see your character. And so it's just even... It's not even like I'm playing as a pig. It's like, no, I'm in a Chocobo.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I just wanted a cowboy hat and I couldn't have one on my row, and so I ended up Fantasiaing back with my last Fantasia. Like, I've just had these in my inventory since like they first introduced the system. So I was like, all right, I'll check out row, and I was a row for 2 years. I loved it. I miss it. But also I was an elf before that. I came over from 11 with that. So like Glamour for me has just never been the driving factor. There's a handful of pieces. I'm like, all right, I'll just make a Glamour plate out of that. But just like I didn't decorate my house, like honestly, I barely dress myself in the real world. So it's like, all right, like, okay, this fit? Cool. But I finally got a cowboy hat. So I'm rocking a cowboy hat elf boy right now, which feels about right, which feels really appropriate overall. So I'm quite pleased with that aesthetic. And I guess essentially I might just complete it or whatnot. I want a cowboy hat in real life, but Julie has told me no, because we're too much like, we might be from Texas, but we're still city Texas. We're not country Texas. I'm like, I got boots, I got the belt, I got to complete it with the hat. And since I can't have that in the real world, I'll have that in this fantasy land of Eorzea in that regards.
Tell you what is the cowboy hat.
Well, I just think it would complete the overall aesthetic, but she's
just
right.
To be clear and not make it seem like, wow, his wife just really drew a line there. She got him a billboard for his birthday. So it's not that she won't do crazy stuff.
Oh man, that
it's
billboard.
Just that hats are over the line.
Yeah.
If y'all want to see my reaction to the billboard, I have it actually posted on our Discord. If you're ever curious, you're still listening, you can always use the command Discord while we're live, or you can always check out the description of our videos for our Discord link if you want to kind of get teamed up with us. Moody, Talk to me about your streaming setup as we go into Endwalker. You said you're going to focus it on story first. This is kind of the thing that I'm always generally curious. But one of the things that does have me really concerned, not for you, but for those who are new to 14 and are getting a huge turnout for the Sprout streams because people want to see them experience the story, but yet don't realize that come Endwalker, streams and views are going to be way down.
Yeah.
Like, is that a big reason why you just want to get the story done so people can come hang out without fear of spoilers? How do you handle that as a content creator?
It's definitely a consideration. My biggest concern is spoiling things for people that are maybe sproutlings and don't realize. So my current plan, I've thought about this a lot. I'm just really more concerned about making it like comfortable for everybody, which with an expansion is just going to be spoilers. And the story is my favorite part. I really, really have some, like I said, theories and stuff. And I just want to get in there before I get something potentially spoiled for me, even on accident. This community is incredible about spoilers, but I just know I'm going to log on to Twitter to like check a message and see a beautiful piece of fan art and like put 2 and 2 together. So I think what I'm going to do is give it a day because I got the early access, of course. And I think I'm going to give it a day to let the people that are going to go after it, they're going to do it day one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let them get ahead of me a little bit. And then I'm probably going to start the next day is my current plan. Because I just won't be on social media for a day. You will see nothing of me on the internet other than on stream on the 19th. And then probably the day after I'll start in on the MSQ.
What do you think, Chris?
So we're going to try something new. So I've really been enjoying hanging out on stream with people, and we've kept streams pretty spoiler free. And if I want to tackle something spoilery, I can do bonus streams. So I would like to make sure that we can be a place for people that are kind of at work and just want to listen to and talk about the game and not be spoiled. And so my plan is I've got a Sage to level, I've got a Reaper to level, I got my Warrior first and foremost. I want to get into any new crafting, any new gathering. So there's lots to do. So my plan is to hit it hard. It comes out, even with early access, it's the week before Thanksgiving here in the United States, which is a big federal holiday that people really try to spend time in and around family, either digitally or in person. And so that's that next Thursday. So from it coming out to Wednesday, I'm going to play a lot, but I am going to skip all of the story because I don't mind seeing the bosses.
You monster.
That doesn't bother me. And I don't mind being out in the world. That doesn't bother me. It's your choice on how to define the word spoiler. And so I'm going to be doing that, but I'm going to skip every cutscene, the escape key constantly. And then my story alt will be there. And when we get back from the holiday, you know, looking at that kind of like early December timeframe, somewhere in there, I don't have an exact day. I want to play through story on stream, and that will give everybody like a week to 2 weeks because, you know, depending on people's work schedule and holiday schedules and things like that, they're saying this is the most story they've ever put in an expansion. So it could easily be 60, 80 hours. And so it could easily take people, you know, 2 weeks to get through it, even if they're playing enough that their family members are like, hello.
I'm just not going to sleep.
My sister lives in Romania. She's going to be in town that week. And I was like, I know you haven't booked your flights yet, but if you get in before Wednesday, I'm not at home and don't come by the house.
Do not perceive me. Yeah,
I'll see you Thursday.
Never met her. Yep.
My current plan, I think it's going to fall under the, right now I'm planning on taking Reaper through the story. The reason is that Summoner is something I've always done. I haven't been pleased with Summoner in Shadowbringers, but that could easily change. Summoner could be amazing in Endwalker, but really thinking about it, I would like to go ahead and get Reaper and Sage knocked out in terms of leveling and getting them through the overall to the cap of 90. And so my first thought is that I'm going to spend the first bit, hopefully not forever long, but when I do take time off to go play, it's going to be focusing on Reaper and then Sage, staging them to level 80. So first and foremost, no spoilers, just leveling up these jobs, getting them both to 80. And then hopefully, and the thing I'm nervous about is that how long it takes me to get 2 jobs from 70 to 80, depending on like where people are. Because if people are doing this, maybe Zadnor is going to be like amazing and it doesn't take any time whatsoever. And that was awesome. What a good choice. Or Zadnor's like desolate because everybody's playing through the story. Oh God. Well, let's figure out what's the best kind of way forward. So once I get them to 80, then I'm going to mark my streams as spoiler streams and work Reaper all the way through the story. So if it takes me like a day, hopefully no more, a day or two, who knows? Like that's I don't even know what to expect because it's been so long since I had to level anything. Humble brag. I'm just waiting to see what's going on now. I got a question here. Jen Sendry says, and hopefully I didn't butcher their name. Is the sign behind Moody a reference to AEW's ongoing JRPG sign wars? We were in Dallas last week and there were like 4 JRPG signs.
Basic, I think it's backwards right now because I normally have my camera flipped, but it says Final Fantasy VIII is underrated because that is the truth. Everybody do your thing though. Like everybody's feelings are valid. I saw a million years ago a meme of someone holding up a sign that said that at a wrestling match, like completely unrelated. And I was like, that's true. And I want to do that because that's hilarious. So I've had the sign up behind me forever. I literally packed it in my car to move across the country. It's a little weathered, but it made it. And I just feel like spreading the word about one of my favorite Final Fantasies is crucial. So that's why I have it. I'm excited that there are sign wars happening as long as they're like love and not like violence wars.
I don't know about the reference to the AEW's JRPG sign wars, but now I must go to Google and learn more about that. But yeah, Final Fantasy VIII is underrated. That's the name. Would you like to see? Flipped. Would you like to see more like what would be a good follow up to Final Fantasy VIII in terms of its systems and design? What do you think?
A good follow up, like a good game to play after it.
Well, I was thinking like, what would you like to see Square Enix? Would you like to see them do a sequel? Because we've seen sequels to some of the games. Final Fantasy VIII 2. Would you like to see them do a Final Fantasy like 8R, kind of like in the vein of Final Fantasy 7?
Don't you shake your head. Yeah, remake.
R's like fine. Dash
remake,
2 is a lie.
100% agreed. Yeah, I 100 million %. The way that they've treated the 7 remake thus far, no spoilers, I would simply die. I mean, it wouldn't be the same, but the way that they have honored the original game, shall we say?
R's a neat idea.
It's, yeah.
Dash 2 is how you screw, I don't know how old I was, out of a purchase when it would take me 6 months of allowance to buy another game.
Yeah.
I love
so
Final
mad.
Fantasy X too. Like Chris hated it. I love 10 too. I really did.
But your feelings are valid, and I understand why you weren't a fan because everybody likes.
Because 10 is one of my 2 favorite games of all time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
like when
it's
you love
not
something.
10. And so by calling it 10-2 instead of another number, it's like, oh, cool. More of my favorite game. 10-2
right.
is best experienced as a separate game because the one thing it's not is 10-2. Like, it's so different.
I never thought about it like that. Yeah, I would probably not want like a sequel situation, but a remake, I was scared. I was shaking in my boots about the 7 remake, let me tell you. I was very, very nervous about that. But I just simply wept the whole time. It was incredible. And I highly recommend that if anybody played the original 7, that you play the remake. It will change your life. I'm just saying.
Top 5 Final Fantasy games, in your opinion? Starting with the best. What is the best Final Fantasy game? And then just give me your top 5, because I think overall it really helps the Final Fantasy community to completely discount your opinions from this whole podcast.
Yeah. We can see where we're at with each other now.
Yeah. Oh, I see. What's up? You can count 14 or not. I honestly, it's everybody has their own list. Some people include the MMOs, some people don't.
I will not include 14 because I do feel that 14 having perhaps references to the other games, like it's its own thing. So for me, 8, 7, 9, 6, and 10. Yeah.
What do you
kind
think?
of in that order?
Yeah.
But like,
well, it depends. It always depends on my mood. Have I eaten today? It could literally impact how I feel about certain Final Fantasy games. Chris, what do you think?
Oh, I'm not answering that. I already pissed plenty of people off in the community.
Well, we know 10's your number one.
I'm already a notorious story skipper, and 10 is one of the greatest games of all time. And if you don't like sphere grids, you need to look deep inside of yourself and question if you like joy. Blitzball would be game changing. And the fact that we had to swim through the Ruby Sea and not really get any meaningful underwater content tied to it, beautiful, and not accidentally discover a Blitzball arena down there. Like, what are we doing?
That would
What
be
are we
so
doing?
fun.
So like, no, that's
All right.
I have listened to Brian do an entire podcast over the tier list of all of them with Invictus.
Oh,
and
such a
I am
good show.
distinctly aware of the fact that already when I say that I disagree with somebody in the community's opinion, or I don't like something about 14, that I already have people who come in to let me know on everything we've posted that I'm wrong.
I think it's good that you don't like everything. And I think it's good that you feel comfortable saying that, because let me say, I love the story in 14. People come in and apologize to me about skipping the story. And I'm like, no, you should play the game how you want to play the game. Like, there's nothing wrong with skipping it. If you don't like Final Fantasy VIII, we can still be friends. Like, my enjoyment of something does not impact whether you enjoy it.
My 14 experience is way different now because I played from ARR to now, and Shadowbringers was the first time I did the story, in a real meaningful way. And so now to go back to re-clear is like from the very first opening scene.
Yeah.
There are things that like you could not have known when you started then that you do now. And so it's a big flashback. I mean, you're getting a chance to meet the person that you married later. Like, you're getting a chance to go back and meet your best friend later. You're also getting to go back and meet somebody who ruined your life later. Like, how cool is that to go back with so much foresight? Because Shadowbringers did a great job of telling the story in a way where, yes, there's a couple of moments where I was like, I think that's supposed to mean something. But most of it was written, 95% of Shadowbringers was written where I got it, I grasped it, it was great. They explained it. There was enough like epithets in there where it's like, Brian, the controller guide guy. And so like, yes, it's not all of Brian, but it gave you enough context. You're like, okay, that's a starting point. And if I want to know more from him, go back and play the previous games. And so it definitely made me want to know more about previous content in a way that content didn't on its own.